Hi there. Welcome to the Travel Tracker routing demo by the App Garden. Today, we're going to show you a powerful yet easy to use routing system that can simplify your transportation workload. A routing system is designed to solve some of the biggest challenges that we know our transportation departments face every single day. We understand that folks want an easy to use system that is also flexible and able to handle the ever changing situations such as driver shortages and changes in your student schedules. We also understand that communication is so important to transportation, and we provide the ability to communicate with your parents, your drivers, and your staff right from within the system. We also know that you want to be able to evaluate the efficiency of your current routes and see if there might be some potential changes that could be made to make those routes more efficient. My product specialist and I are going to walk you through this powerful software. The Travel Tracker is entirely cloud-based, which means you will not have to concern yourself with a server or worry about any of the pesky hosting, maintaining, updating, or troubleshooting a server. We handle all of that work for you. You also get the added benefit of having access to the system anywhere that you have internet connection, whether that's on a smartphone, a tablet, laptop, or any other internet connected device, giving you the ability to gain more control of your operations and keep everyone in the loop. The system is also designed to be very user-friendly, and the layout of the system just makes sense. For example, the Intuitive platform has all the major components needed to create student bus schedules, and everything is clearly listed at the top level menu items. You can see here we've got students, schools, vehicles, staff, stops, and routes. You've also got all sorts of filtering options to be able to access any information you're looking for very quickly.
The first thing that I want to talk about is the layout of the screen. On the left-hand side of the screen is always going to be the data that we are working with. For example, since I'm on the Students tab, this left side of the screen is going to be a list of students. There's a counter here at the top that is going to tell me how many students are currently in the list. In this case, we are looking at all 1,001 students in our demo database. Notice that we can see a lot of important information about the students without having to open each student record. I can see the student's address, I can see their assigned school and grade, and any buses that are associated with this student. So already I'm not having to jump back and forth between different tabs and different pages to get a lot of information. On the right-hand panel is an interactive map that provides a visual representation of the data that we have in the left panel. So in this case, once again, since we're on the Students tab, these blue dots represent where students live. I can zoom in and see more detailed information, and as I zoom closer, you'll notice that individual student names will start to show. We also have some great visual cues in this system. The green check marks next to a student name indicate that this student is currently routed. This red exclamation point is going to indicate that the student is not routed. Now, this student information is going to come from your student information system, whatever you are using. So we, the App Garden, will do an initial pull from your student information system as we begin implementation, and then we will work with your technicians to set up a nightly update from your student information system so that your student data is always up to date. The system will provide a list of updates and will flag any students where a transportation review might be needed. So if a student's address changed or a school changed, the system will notify you of that. Now that I've gone over a lot of this basic information, let me show you the Power Search feature that we have in Travel Tracker routing. This makes it super easy and efficient to narrow down information into exactly what you need to look for. So in this case, let's filter for just students at Sunshine Elementary School. Like I mentioned before, the left panel and the right panel interact. So now that I've filtered to just students at Sunshine Elementary, the left-hand side of my screen now shows 138 students that are at Sunshine Elementary, and my map has updated to show those students as well. These blue dots are going to be where students live, and I can actually click on a larger dot and it's going to give me a list of students that are in that area. Now, let's say out of these students, I just want to see the ones that are routed. I can very easily go to my filters and tell the system to narrow this list down even further to just the students who are routed. And once again, my counter in the left panel has updated to 112 students that are routed and attend Sunshine Elementary School. So it's, once again, incredibly simple to drill down into exactly the information that you need. Now, we also have the option to show the school boundaries, and these are typically obtained from the National School Database, so they are up to date and they can be adjusted as needed. So this makes it incredibly easy if you're looking at routing students outside of the district. So already you can see that Travel Tracker routing is easy to use and incredibly intuitive for your everyday needs.
We like to think of routing as being student-centered. When a new student needs to ride the bus, or a student needs a change in their bus schedule, it all starts here. Let us show you how simple and flexible the system is in handling this.
Now I want to show you a few real-world examples. We're going to go over how to route a student where a stop doesn't exist and how to route students based off of calendar-based scheduling if they have different transportation needs different days of the week. To start off, we are going to look for Alfie Adkins. And you'll notice as I type, this search bar is going to update my list with the information that I'm looking for. And we can see here that Alfie has that red exclamation point, indicating that he's not routed. So we're going to hover over these three dots, and these are going to be your best friends throughout the routing software. They are your action icons. In this case, we're going to edit the student profile. Whenever we are working with a student, there are subtabs in the student that make it easy to locate and edit information. Right now, we're on the General tab, and so this is going to have a lot of the information that we pull in from your student information system. So they're assigned school and grade, and then you have the option to add any specific indicators for transportation needs. If they've got an individual education plan, if they are a SPED student, if they need wheelchair access. Notice the Addresses tab. We can add as many addresses in addition to what comes from your student information system. This is also the same with the Contacts tab. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at bus schedules. And you'll notice, just like that red exclamation point indicated, Alfie has no bus schedule. He is not currently routed. If he was, we would see dots on the calendar and the routes listed, which you'll see later once we get him on a route. For now, we are going to ask the system to search and give us options for adding him to a route. This is going to be one of your favorite buttons. Instead of you having to think through which bus, how many students are already on the bus, the system is going to do this for you. And we can set these up as door-to-door or group stops as needed. In this case, we're going to keep it as a door-to-door stop. We can see he lives at 204 Walnut Street. This address is not associated with a route yet, so we're going to go ahead and tell the system to add this planned stop to a route. And it may just take it a minute because, once again, it's thinking through all of this for you. It's going to save you a lot of time. And already we've got some suggestions. Now, since we're adding this new stop, I can actually look at the street view for this stop and make sure that it is a safe location for a student to get on the bus. You don't want to play a guessing game with your student's safety. So this is a really great feature for making sure that this is a safe spot for a bus stop. Now we are on the parent portal, and this makes it incredibly easy for parents to update contacts, addresses, and bus requests. For example, if we click on Update, this is going to allow the parent to update their email address, their phone number, or change their password if needed. So we can go back to the home page. Now, if we click on the student's photo, parents can add or adjust transportation needs. So they can basically, you'll just either click does need transportation if they are currently don't, or they do not need transportation, and then their current bus schedules will be removed. And I can show you how to approve that in just a moment. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and say does not need transportation, and they will have to select how that student is getting to school. So from here, they will just submit that, and we'll go ahead and click yes. Now from here, the parent can also adjust any addresses if they need to, or any student contacts as well. But I'm going to go back to the regular Travel Tracker routing portal and show you what that transportation change request looks like. So we are back on our Travel Tracker routing portal, and I'm going to show you what that transportation change request looks like. So we're going to go up to this little profile icon, and we are going to see that there are 3 new change requests. So this is what that looks like from the parent portal. So we can see here the email that this was requested by and the parent's name. We can see the student that it applies to, and it's going to tell you that this request needs review with this yellow exclamation point. It's going to tell you what exactly was requested, whether it was a transportation request or a transportation removal request, and then you're going to have the request date. And so from here, you can choose to view the request change. It's going to tell you what the request is in red so that you can decide to approve or deny that. You don't necessarily need to review it though, you can actually approve or decline it from right here. And so that's how the Travel Tracker routing parent portal can really streamline the process of communicating with parents and making sure that everybody is informed.
I want to say thank you on behalf of all of us here at the App Garden for joining us and taking the time and initiative to learn a little bit more about how you can improve your routing process. You can visit us anytime at www.app-garden.com for more information. Also, we'd love to spend some one-on-one time with you, learn a little bit more about your particular process, and show you how we can further help. Feel free to reach out to us at any time, and one of our qualified account reps will get in contact with you ASAP. Thanks so much and take care.